Video sponsored by Safe and Efficient Plumbing and Drain Services, Classy Automotive Paint and Supply, The Knockoff Buddy, Wet Glaze Finish Care, and Cerna Wire Wheels. For more information on our sponsors, go to the information section under this YouTube video.
Welcome to another Pinche podcast.
You're here with another Pinchy podcast. This is your host Lobo, and I have Joel Ruiz with us. Hey Joe, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Thank
Doing
you for
pretty
having me
good.
on.
No problem. So I have you on today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what you got going on with your event.
So my name's Joel Ruiz. I'm out here from the Coachella Valley. Born and raised out here. We're having our third annual Festival of Wheels, Bullies, and Music,
Hmm.
round 3. Thank God. It's been a blessing for the show. It's been a lot of grind, but it's coming along. It's coming along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen you at a lot of events, especially obviously the hops because you're promoting trying to get the hoppers in there and involved and showing up. But I've seen you, through the last few months, you've been here and there everywhere, passing out your flyers and letting it be known what you got going on.
Yeah, man. It's a grind and it's a blessing. I mean, my son has a hopper, so I follow him everywhere.
Mm,
He's from Game Over. And I just got involved with these. You know, what I mean, last year we had Chinaman out here
mm,
at our hops. We had Big John running it. This year we're gonna have the same. You know what I mean? Having those guys out here.
yeah,
Love the cars. We love the dogs. We love everything. But this new hop game, man, it's something different. You know,
yeah, definitely.
it brings a lot of attention.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you were in Vegas, and it was just it's a lot, and I mean, you have your own event. So tell us like what you got going on. You got your hop, you have a dog show. Tell us everything that somebody that's going to go to your event to expect to see.
So people have tried it, and I know it was hard for me the first year. It
Mm,
wasn't hard. It was a challenge. I'm the first one to have ever over 30 dog kennels, over 300 lowriders. And that year we had yin yang twins. You know, we
okay.
didn't have the hops that year. We
Mm,
just had two buildings, indoors, outdoor cars, but
mm,
with dogs. 30
yeah.
kennels. We were giving away cash, battle of the bags.
Mm,
Our second year, we had the hops. We had a lighter shade of brown. We had Dub C.
mm,
We had the dogs. We had lowriders. We had motorcycles. So I used to go to events, to dog shows. That's where I started.
yeah.
And I'd walk around and I'd get bored.
Mm,
I go to a car store, I walk around, and I get bored. I said, well, why not throw everything in one day?
yeah.
It's kind of different.
Yeah.
And people were like, well, you can't mix lowriders with dogs. I'm like, well, it's a new trend. Look at all the car owners; they all have dogs.
Yeah. And some of these people are making their money off of the kennels and breeding the dogs.
Yeah, Frenchies and bullies and
Mm,
bulldogs and all these things. And so it became like, all right. And I like challenges, man. I've coached baseball for 20 years.
mm,
Kids all grown up. They've all gone to college. And I've been blessed to, uh, learn how to talk to people and, manipulate. So I got bored. So I said, man, I'm just starting to start doing events,
yeah.
you know? And it was a hit. It was a hit, And people were like, okay, okay. So the dog people came in, the
Mm,
lowrider people would come in and they'd see the different styles and
yeah.
different stuff. And it wasn't just a dog show. It wasn't just a car show, you know? People would go to different sides of the venue and see different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the with the and since I really never talked about this on my podcast, but can you give me a little bit more insight on like how the dog show works and how that kind of pertains to I mean I know it's been a thing for a while, but as people that are into pets or interested in buying or raising these dogs, breeding these dogs, what part do you think people get out of that?
Well, this year, we're not gonna do the dog show like the ring, the
Mm,
walking stuff. This year's gonna be more of a dog display. So I
mm,
have a lot of just kennels that last year were like, well, we didn't get to see the hops. Well, we didn't get to see this. Well, we didn't get to see the Dub C and lighter shaded brown
yeah.
because we were in our ring doing our show.
Mm,
So they couldn't walk away and do their stuff. Go walk away and see the hops. So this year, I'm just going to do a dog display with 15 to 20 dog kennels, and they're just going to have their dogs. They have them for sale. They have their bloodlines. They have people they can come talk to, like, oh, what's about the bully? Like, Dozer bloodline. He's bringing out, his badass dog. Dozer's one of our main guys that's been there for 3 years. It's our third year with him.
Mhm.
Roman Frenchies, and they bring a lot of different dogs and different stuff so people can see. And it's a trip because the lowrider industry. Oh, last year I had 5 people from out of town buy dogs at my show.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's like, hey, so where's my kickback? I tell these guys, you know, sell $3,000-$4,000 dogs.
Yeah.
And to the lowrider industry, which is pretty cool.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it's different. But they like it. They like it.
Yeah, it's a very to me it's pretty interesting. I mean, the amount of time people put into raising these dogs, and of course they're trying to sell them, so they're breeding them and they're looking at finding other dogs. I know that like the female dogs are a very big premium, more expensive than the males, depending and stuff like that. And people want pets, and people want an investment. But then I think too, also some people are like, oh, I can start doing that too. But then once again, you're still spending the money for the dog. But
Yeah.
I know there's lowriders out there that have these kennels and they make a lot of money selling these dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Sir. But it's gonna be a good event this year. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
And where is it? Is it Palm Springs?
It's in Palm Springs this year. It's a free event for the community. It's $20 for parking, but then to go in to the place, it's all free.
Okay.
Vendors, food vendors, beer gardens, the hops, the dogs, motorcycles,
Mhm.
pedal bikes. I mean, last year we had like almost 400 cars.
Okay.
But this year I moved it from Indio, and we moved it to the west side of town to Palm Springs.
Uh-huh.
So it's like 2 hours away from the main strip. So
Mhm.
people cruise after. We have permits. We have a parking lot behind El Patron.
Okay.
One of our sponsors is El Patron. So we're gonna have an after party after our show that people can go park. The
Mhm.
police are involved already for people to cruise downtown. Bring your cars. Bring your lounge chairs. There's so many restaurants. Tommy Bahamas, El Patron. There's different food stuff there. It's like a big strip downtown Palm Springs. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
I've never been out there, but I know I know you asked to see if I was gonna be able to make it. I haven't been able to make it.
I
I'm
get
not
it.
really traveling for the rest of the year. Probably not until March. I mean, I don't know yet if I'm gonna go anywhere else, but
It's
I,
a grind, bro. Hitting all these shows, Arizona,
it is, yeah,
Newport, Long Beach. You know,
yeah,
the Takeover. All these big shows. I've been to every one of them this year. And
yeah.
it's people think, oh, just anybody can do this. You have to have the passion. You have to have the time. You have to have the grind.
Well,
It's
yeah, and especially you're over there trying to promote, so you're handing out flyers, so you're walking this entire events. In most cases, you're probably out there walking these whole shows nonstop to
yeah,
get
of
the word out, right?
course.
And being a promoter, and this is your third year in, what do you think is something that you've learned so far? Like, what is the key thing that's helped you, keep your pace and motivation?
You can't please everybody. You can't please everybody. You can, and if you hear stuff, you got to keep going forward.
Yeah.
And oh, this guy's okay. It is. I've been a coach in baseball since my kids were 2 years old. They're all 20 and over. Uh,
Mm,
and I've learned we've always had one of the best teams out in the Coachella Valley going everywhere. Right now, we have a kid in the majors.
mm.
And it's just, you've learned in baseball, you lose all the time.
Yeah.
So you have to have that mentality. People are going to tell you this, and that. But
Yeah.
the next day, it's another day.
Absolutely.
And you got to stay positive. People, oh, you did this wrong. Oh, like this last year, oh, it was too hot. So this year, I moved it to the water park.
Yeah.
It's going to be too cold. I'm like, you said last year was too hot, so I moved it so you guys can go swimming. You guys want to go in the slides, but
Yeah.
it's yin and yang. So you just got to keep going forward, man, and stay positive and stay in your lane.
Yeah.
You got to stay in your lane. I've learned from Nacho from the Takeover. I learned from a lot of these guys that you can't please. I see them. I stress the day of the show. I'm stressed out, this and that. But at the end of the day, it comes out good, and it's just the nature of us. How we are, how we're
Yeah.
wired. But yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think a lot of people don't understand this, and since I actually talk to a lot of different promoters, and a lot of people always assume, oh, I can do it better, or it's not even that hard, or this and that. And that's all fine and dandy. I always say, go ahead and try it. But then they don't realize how much money it takes behind to do things, the permits, to get to hire, you have to get, if you have to get police on, site security,
Or
everything, insurance, you name it. And not that you're doing a hop with prize money and everything else.
yeah,
So, I mean, all these things come at, like you say, you stressing up to the beginning of the day of the show, but there's a certain satisfaction of once it goes as smooth as possible. And then, like you said, there's people out there that say yes to everything, and then everybody's disappointed because they were just saying yes to get their attention. You know what I mean?
and that's what I realized. I mean, it's our third year, and I can honestly say, like, all our artists have been paid the day of. Everything's been paid. Everything's always on point. Everything I have a good team.
Mm.
Omar from Familia Graphics, he's my right hand man. He does a lot for the cars and setting up and registrations, and I take care of the other stuff. The
Mm.
behind the scenes, and I'm blessed to have him on my team. And it's just it's a grind, and it's a lot of work, but people don't. Oh yeah, like I say, people have tried to have a dog show, car show, everything, and not one has. I'm blessed if mine has kept going.
Yeah.
They only did it once and they lost, and I'm done. You
Well,
know,
yeah, and sometimes you're gonna lose in the beginning. I mean, I know a lot of promoters, even if
first
they
start
try to have
off,
a show somewhere else, they they do bad, but they do it again until it becomes successful.
they say
And
it takes 3 years.
yeah, I think even um, I think so. I've been to the San Diego event, the Day at the Bay,
Oh yeah,
and I
yeah,
think I started going there on his third show, and his third show was huge. He's like, dude, there was like barely any cars the first two.
yeah. I was there this year, and it was packed,
Yeah, it was a very good show.
sold out. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and I mean his location. Oh my God! I know. I think Bird does an event out there later on in the year. But
Bird,
that
Bird, Bird is our judges for our show too.
yeah,
Bird
and
and
so you have your location, and like you said, it's hard to pick. Like sometimes you like move. I've seen where they move shows around because one year it's like crazy hot, and then they move it to another thing, and then they have bad weather. So it's a constant. But the thing is what I've seen is the successful promoters don't give up on that, on what they're trying to do.
the drive. Yeah, yeah. And everyone asks me why. I said because I have a vision. You
Yeah,
know, I have a vision, and at the end of the year, I want my vision to succeed.
absolutely. And that's it, consistency, because now it becomes something that people know. Okay, the people that are going to go there for the first time this year are going to be like, I'm going back next year. You know what I mean? Or they're going to tell the next people. And the bigger the event gets, the more people talk about it. And I
Word of
think,
mouth, and word of mouth, and people are like, the more people talk about it, it gets out, and oh,
mm,
that's a good event. That's how we've been building stuff. I've been
yeah,
getting calls from Arizona, Vegas, to bring their cars that their people have been here last year. You know, and it's a blessing, and it gives me goosebumps to think about it that we're doing this.
yeah,
We're doing it, and people think, oh yeah, but it's like I say, it's satisfying for myself and for my partner Omar that we're doing a good job and bringing different cars to our Coachella Valley that have
mm,
never been seen out here.
yeah.
You
And
see them at the takeover, you see them at the super shows, but not down here.
yeah. And that is key, I think, to most events where people don't understand. And I've seen events where all the local people get all butthurt because like they didn't get there in time to get their car where they wanted. And it's like, look, it's a show in your city, but everybody's seen you already. And it's not that you're not there, not you're there to support, but they're trying to a good promoter is going to try to bring in something fresh, new, you haven't seen yet, so that it attracts the local people and everybody, and you got to support that because it's not just about, oh, if it's in your city, it's about just you. No, you can shine as well, but they bring in other people because after the year's been going for a long time, everybody's at the cruises, the meetups, the Taco Tuesdays and everything else like that. They see these cars every week, and you have to make them go and give them an event that goes, there's more to see.
Yeah.
There's a reason to go.
And like you video guys, you guys see the same cars. So you guys go out of town to catch
Mm,
different footage, different stuff. That's why I learned from you guys like new stuff, like crackers, the green card. That shit's
Yeah.
bad. And
Yep.
I would love to bring it to my city so people can see that kind of stuff. To hop a Bel Air hopping. Come on,
Yeah. Exactly.
you don't see that out here.
Yeah.
And like I tell these guys out here, oh, you think you? I said I'm just trying to bring a good show so
Mhm.
people see the good cars. And
Yeah.
there's some badass cars out here in Coachella Valley, and
Yeah.
I tell these guys, I give them first dibs. I say register your cars as your clubs, and we'll put you guys. You know, we
Yeah.
have maps, and it's up to them to register with us. But it's a good, like, even some guys from down here were like, oh, I seen videos and that car was there. That car
Mhm.
was there. Like, wow.
Yeah. But they
I said,
weren't
well, why
there.
weren't you there? Like,
Right.
it's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, even when I do my show video, I do walkthroughs. So, like, let's just say the Vegas Super Show. That took me 4 hours to walk every aisle to try to get everything. I try to get every vehicle, pedal car, bike, everything.
And then you went to the Pops.
Yeah, and I went to the hops. But the thing is what people will go, well, you move too fast, or you need to spend more time in the car. And I said, no, you need to go to the car show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you really want to study these vehicles and stuff, go to the car shows. And that's one thing that I do get a lot of insight. I tell people, look, dude, these are the shows to go to. Me being what I do, going to all these different events, I do also talk to the people and people from out of town. When I go out of state, people are like, what's a good show to go to around, November? I'm gonna be like, you're gonna go to this one place, where are you gonna be? What part of California? Okay, then this event is there, or this event's there. And I think like the word of mouth as a promoter is when you have the right people around and you throw on a good show, people do that. They'll talk to their club member in a different state and they'll say, oh, I'm going on vacation in November. What events are in that area? Well, this is what's going to be there, and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want that. You want that conversation. And like you said, people go, well, I didn't know that car was going to be there. Well, yeah, but the thing is also you could have been there. I'm not charging you to walk in.
You live 2 miles away. You could have been here.
That's right. But that's what locals. Locals are like, oh, I'll go at 3. Oh, I'm gonna watch football. Oh, this or that. And then by the time they walk in, and they don't. The show's almost over. Oh, when's the hop? Hop started 2 hours ago. You know,
Yeah.
I see that all the time. I mean, because of what I do, I always get messages. What's this? What's that? I'm like, just get here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
I'm
Um,
not a minister.
yeah, yeah. How many hops did you have? How many hoppers did you have last year?
Last year we had 15. This year I'm trying to get 30 to 35. And I think it's gonna be good because we have low bottoms from San Diego,
Hmm.
moves from out here from Riverside. We have uh, Triple H doing the hops. He's bringing other cars. We have cars from Majestics.
Hmm.
Añacos are coming. We have cars from Arizona from High Class.
Nice.
Arizona from Vegas, Serena and them.
Mhm.
They're coming out here from sides. Yeah. Um, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good. I'm trying to bring as many hoppers. So these people have never seen this kind of shit out here, in the desert, and that's why we're doing a free event. Everybody's welcome. Bring your tias, your grandma, your grandpas,
Yep.
everything. Walk around, see the old lowriders. We already have like 160, no, about 180 cars registered.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I mean, vendors are welcome. Everything,
And the date again is
November 16th.
November 16th. So you still have plenty of time to get yourself out there.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
your reservations, get some Airbnbs, your hotels in Palm Springs, because at night it's going to be cracking downtown Palm Springs on Palm Canyon.
Yeah.
Back in the days, it used to be a lot on the 90s, and then they shut it down, but low riding's back. So I
Yeah.
talk to cops, and everything's green light.
That's nice. So,
Yeah.
once again, we get down to, supporting these events. And if you're out there in that area or you want to get out of town in November or you want to go check out a hop, you didn't make it to Vegas, this would be where you need to go because some of the heavy hitters are going to be out there. Some of the people that go to these other hops out of town and so on and so forth. And if you can get to this, because when you support these events, these are what make these events happen. People will say no one ever does anything for the lowrider community. Well, everybody right now has to understand that if you don't support these events, then they don't grow and they don't become whatever the wow factor, or the what's bigger and better and consistent, right? Because
Yeah, yeah,
we want that consistency in being able to do these events every year.
yeah. And like this last month, we were in Ventura, we're in Vegas, and then last weekend we're in Mexicali with Rubio show. The hops out there, it's like three. It's like bam, bam. They're like, it's a grind.
Was
You
it
have
still hot out there in Mexicali?
nah, no, it wasn't that bad. You know what I mean? But we go out to support these people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They come to ours, and I take my son's car, my other homies' cars, and like we go support them as well.
yeah.
It goes a long way. We've been to Frank's on Arizona, Frank's hops.
Hmm.
Frank will be part of our hops this year. You know, here's a
Right.
for the hops. It's boom. You got Frank's, Rubio's, Mito. We
Right.
got Tomas from Game Over will be here with his new green Caprice. You seen it?
Uh-oh.
That green Caprice. He bought that from Rubio.
Wow.
So he bought that day. So now it's a Game Over car. He had that blue Blazer. Now he has the green one.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's
the Caprice will be here. Yeah.
nice. The being around the hop game just in general. What is, I always I've tried to ask a couple people, but it's like, what do you think, like, what does that bring to, like, the people that are involved in it? Like, it's just
Well, it's different. It's different. There's a lot of shit talking.
mhm.
You gotta be fucking take the shit. Because they get in your face. I laugh. I just laugh at it, and if you can't take it, I mean. But I've never seen a fight in the hot pit yet. You know what I mean? It's just all funny games.
I tell people it's like wrestling.
Yeah.
It's 100% our version of the WWF,
Yeah.
and I reference that because that's what I grew up with. But the
Yeah.
WWF, it's the man, it's a soap opera, it's the shit talking, it's everything. Any outsider's gonna go, oh my god, but it's these
Yeah.
guys shake hands, these guys sit there afterwards, they go eat, they have it's a friendly competition, but it's very competitive.
Yeah. Yeah. They are. They get competitive, but you see, like in Vegas, how many people go to watch it? People come in just for the hops.
Mm.
And it's and I've realized that's why I go to car shows and hops, because the car show guys don't fuck with the hoppers, and the hoppers don't go to the car shows. It's a totally different game.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
eh,
difficult. Yeah,
yeah,
they've seen some of the big shows, and you have to pick what you got to pick your battle.
yeah. What,
No,
where you go?
yeah, are you gonna walk the car show, or are you gonna watch the hop? And the thing is, nowadays a lot of shows they start what, like at 10 a.m., or before it used to be
Yeah,
like around 12. But what I realized is, then the hop starts like at 1 or 2, right?
yeah,
So it's like you either have take your time and get there early, and then walk the show, and then go enjoy the hop, and then go enjoy the concert if there's a concert or something like that. But you have to kind of like actually get there and make it a daytime kind of a
yeah.
event, because some people just go and they just get there late, and then they can't you can't watch everything at the same time.
No, I have a guy from Omar from Meta Graphics, and man, that guy, we'll stay at a hotel. By 5 o'clock, he's watching the cars roll in, making his videos. He
Mm,
likes to be there before watching cars roll in. That's his thing.
yeah,
He goes and spends all morning, and then he'll come back to the hotel and sleep.
yeah,
Then go back.
yep,
Uh, like you guys have your different styles,
yeah.
and people don't understand. To see every car in those big shows, you got to be there all day.
Oh yeah, and you can't always rely on the video people either, like
Oh,
me or anything like that. I might I might take a break. There's times when I have to like kind of like mark where I'm at. Like I'm like,
yeah,
I'm here. Okay, I gotta go use the restroom. I need to get to the eat, and then I gotta start back over. And sometimes I might get distracted and I miss something because I started the other direction or something. So you can't count on that. And I tell people that all the time. You got to go see it for real. What I do in my videos, I tell people it's not documentary style. It's just like a quick, once over, and because I want you guys to get a feel for what it is, and I think that more than anything though, you got to talk to the people that go to the events.
yeah,
So when you're out there and you go see it for yourself, you can really enjoy it. You can study the cars. You can look at every detail. That's the only way you're really going to enjoy an event. And that's the thing. Is like pick your events, go enjoy them, and then decide if it's something you go to every year, because that's what I've been going to some of the same events every year because I enjoy them, not just because the content's good.
Yeah, and you get some of those. I mean, you see a like the same cars, but it's a different layout, different
Mm,
stuff, different vibe.
mm.
It's yeah, they're just different.
Yeah, and that's the thing with lowriders in general. I mean, when you'll see it one day, and then the next time you see it, you didn't notice certain things, or you
Yeah,
didn't know it had all this other painting in the backside of it, or you didn't know it had a mural on the trunk or something like that, or they add stuff to it. And the same difference is with the hoppers, right? You're gonna go to one hop, and let's just say the first two licks on a switch, the damn car breaks, so you never really see it work. And then the next hop you go, you're gonna see him hit back bumper, and it's gonna work, and it's not gonna have any issues. So every time it's going to be a different show, no matter what, especially in the hop game, because you don't know. I've seen these guys, they go and they burn a motor out in like two licks of a switch, and they're not really even hitting anything. But
no,
then you see them normally, and you're expecting this car to take the prize. So
yeah.
it's always a game changer.
Always a little bolt that makes a difference.
Oh yeah, definitely that.
Yeah, it's that little bolt. Yeah, yeah.
Um, so with all the hop rules and everything like that, but what is your prizes like for the hop right now? And
So right now we have a belt. We have individual prizes. We have right now. Well, I get different sponsors for different
Mhm.
stuff, and right now it's up to $3,000
Okay.
for the hops. But it'll go up, because if let's say if I get if I have $3,000 and I get 30 hoppers at $100, I'm gonna give back all that money also.
Yeah.
So it's gonna come out to $5,000 as a prize.
Yeah.
And it's just funny games, man.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed to have good sponsors. I have triple A, triple three, collision, H3
Mm.
collision that sponsors us. El Patron. We have Palm Springs Ford out here. We have different sponsors that what I mean. We're blessed that I have good friends that will
Yeah.
sponsor. You know,
Yeah. That's a good thing. And the sponsorship, I know that's always a big deal because I think if you have good sponsors, that's why you're not charging at the door, I'm assuming.
correct, correct. That's why, and I wanted to make it a family. Last year we charged $25
Hmm.
at the convention. We had it at the fairgrounds.
Uh-huh.
So this year, I want to get people involved, people
Yeah.
in the show. And next year, my goal is to have it at the Palm Springs Convention Center, like
Okay.
Long Beach Convention Center, LA Convention Center. I
Mm.
want to be able to have a show like these other big people at a convention center. You
Yeah.
know, bring out, oh shit, it's at the convention center now. Let's see what he got, and
Yeah.
get from Lowrider involved, maybe.
Yeah.
Those guys, because I just I just see it growing. I just see it
Yeah.
growing.
Well,
You
see,
know,
that's exactly that. I see that you have a vision. You're like, I'm gonna make this, I'm gonna build this to grow into what you want it to
yeah.
become. And why not? Because you're also in an area where I'm sure there's no one throwing big shows all the time.
Not like this, not like this. I mean, they have all these little. I mean, and they're not. I mean, they're car shows. They're at the churches. They're at the parks. They're at this.
Mm.
But I'm trying to do the mega one out here to bring out. And people are saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, you make good money. You make us." Yeah, right. You guys don't even want to see the fucking what we waste on
Yeah.
security. On last year, we on sheriffs $8,000 for sheriffs, uh,
Yep.
flyers, promotion,
Mm.
porta potties, gating, these little 1,500s, they add up to a lot. You know,
Yeah.
like this year, how are you gonna make it? Don't worry about how I'm gonna make my money. I'm throwing a free event for the community.
Yeah.
I make a dollar or two, fine. If I don't, I don't. My goal is something bigger for next year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and that's with the consistency. Like I said, I think a lot of people assume that there's easy money or somehow there's
yeah,
easy money. And like I said, I know enough promoters to know that yeah, you have a lot of costs that people don't think that, I've seen people try to throw like a cook off at a park because they were trying to like outdo somebody else, and then they got shut down because why? They had to have permits for
permit.
food.
Yeah, it's happened already. I've got a couple car shows and they have it at the park and cops come and vamonos.
Yep.
Oh, and everyone paid their registrations.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and everyone's it's a red, and they're like, well, we've done. I'm like, nowadays, go legit, do it
Yeah.
right, because if not, you'll be the dumbass that's gonna be like, well, let's go over here.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to answer to a lot of people that are giving you their money.
Yeah. And then this year we're gonna have Brown Boy as our he's gonna be on the stage. We're
Mm.
gonna have Brown Boy this year. A couple of the artists here from the Valley. It's gonna be good. You know.
The finding artists and trying to fit it all in and respectively with a budget and so on and so forth and having the venue. These events are a labor of passion for what you're doing, because like I said, I know a lot of people that talk or people that criticize, but none of these people realize the things you have to put together or and get together to make this all happen, make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. Last year's lineup, man, I spent like $36,000 just on the lineup.
Mm.
The lineup was, I got it right here, the flyer. Let me see. We had we had MC we had MC Pancho, we had Lighter Shade of Brown, Dusty, Mariah Avila. MC Pancho's the MC on the stage. I mean, it was a good lineup.
Yeah.
It was, but people was like don't understand like what it takes to get all these people at the same day,
Yep.
have them there on time, stress on this, stress on that. You have
Absolutely.
you have the concert going on, you have the hops going on, you have the car show going on, and you have the dogs going on.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm just like everywhere that day. People are like, oh, I've seen you. I said, I'm sorry if I didn't say stop. I said, I'm in a
Yeah.
vision, I'm on a mode. It's just
No.
go.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one thing too. Everybody wants to talk to the promoter. Oh, he said this and he said that. Well, good luck,
I have my
because
daughters out front. I have my daughter out front at the gate, and they're like, "Well, Joel said, my dad said if he gave you ticket, if he didn't give you tickets by now, you guys got to pay. And if it's
Yeah.
that important, he'll give you your money back later. But he ain't got time to come to the gate. He ain't
Yeah.
got time to come talk to you, just to let you in. You
Yeah.
know?
Exactly. Well, I've seen people say they know somebody and they're standing in front of them
Yeah,
and they didn't even know. Oh,
that,
so and so said, "Oh yeah, well this so and so." Oh, yeah, exactly.
that's why I always have my daughter because that day I'm at that the day of the show. I looked at my phone. I had like 200 messages. I didn't respond to nobody that day. And
Yeah.
I told everybody you don't know if you didn't get your tickets by Friday, I mean,
There's not. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. You guys got to pay.
And we're talking about the tickets that are coming directly from you for whatever reason, not in general. So I mean, and this year, like you said, it's free to walk in, so there's no tickets necessary.
Yeah, it's $20 for parking in the parking lot, and if you want to Uber in, it's free.
Yeah. And then so you said you already have cars registered. How much room do you believe you have for the people that are thinking about going?
We can have fit about with the hops. We can fit about 300 cars, and then with my
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So you already got almost about half pre-reg already.
A
And
lot of these people, a lot of these guys, they roll in the day next day.
yeah, the
The
day
day
in, day of.
they want about the weather. I'm like, you're gonna lose $35 because of the weather. All right, well,
Yeah.
$35. It's 10 by 20s is 35.
Uh-huh.
20 by 20s is 60. Pedal cars and bikes are 20, and motorcycles are 25. But
Uh-huh.
if you walk in the day of, everything's $10 more.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because if you register, you get $10 off. Because then you could just go straight in. But if you want to wait in line and waste our time and waste your time, it's $10 more.
Yeah, of course, because
You
it's
know what I mean?
last minute, and but that's most people. If they offer the pre-reg, you're gonna save money. That's the goal, right? To
Yeah.
save a little bit of money,
And if
and
you pick your spot where you guys want to be, if you get the day of, we're gonna put you where you land.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. But I'm just bringing that up because anybody that's gonna watch this, we got about 2 weeks. Well, not even that. Maybe yeah,
3
3 weeks, 3 weeks, and that means get your car ready. Go support this event. Go pre-register. Save yourself $10. And once again, for me, I'm not a last minute person. Very rarely do I do anything last minute unless it's like maybe it's a show I'm not sure I'm gonna go to, and then I just jump in the car like at 4 a.m. and go drive out there. But other than that, I don't do last minute.
you stay up north, right?
Huh?
You stay up north, right?
Yeah, I'm in San Jose.
San Jose, yeah.
Yeah. I'm from San Jose. I technically live in Morgan Hill, which is just next south, just south of San Jose.
Okay.
between Gilroy and San Jose.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So when I go out anywhere, it's a like when I go down south, it's a 5 hour drive, easy.
Yeah.
If I go to San Diego, I fly. It's an hour.
Yeah, yeah, fuck yeah.
So but that's the whole thing. If you can get out there, go support. Are you doing press passes for the pit?
Yes, I am. There's already I mean, I already know my photographers that I see around, like yourself and
Mm,
Moyo. There's a few Juan, Crazy Juan with hair, and a lot of guys that I see that I know that were at my show last year.
mm,
Been to 3 shows. This is our third year, and they always come down. They
yeah.
will have. It's everyone else. They're not going to be allowed.
Okay.
I mean,
Nice.
I have to stand up like Frank did that night. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, and
People
that's a real thing. I was kind of actually thinking
get
about
hurt in
doing.
there, and you just never know. Look at me though, out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
nice.
But it's too. The thing is everybody's standing on top of everybody. It's like if you all I always like I'm saying a certain topic, back up, like
Yeah,
back up. We all can get a shot, but you gotta give us the damn room. And
yeah,
I think, and I heard a couple little comments like, "Well, I paid for my pass. Why do I gotta kneel down?" Because this is a show for all the people out there. You're
I'm gonna.
paying maybe to get some better content. You're gonna get better content, and you're in a position to get better content. But the reality behind it is the promoter needs to make sure the people that walk in those gates to come see that hop are able to see it, because that's what they need, is those people to walk through those doors.
Yeah,
Us as content creators, we have to respect that. Yes, if we get in the hot pit and we get a pass, but we be mindful. We want the people behind us to be cool, because they're gonna be thinking we're assholes too if we're just standing there in front of them.
yeah, and that's what it is. I mean, uh, we I've learned from these hops that these guys, oh, I got a hop pass, I got a hop wrist, I can stand wherever. I'm like, nah. At our show, we're gonna have a line for the hop
Mm,
pit. If you're in the hop pit, you just have a wristband, you'll be in an area. But
mm,
if you have a media pass, you can go in front of the cars and walk around the cars.
yeah,
Because I mean, at Frank's, there's so many people at all the hops. If they
yeah,
don't authorize, like Chinaman kept on, get back, get out of here. And then Frank had to tell somebody, hey, get the fuck out of here.
yep, yep,
Give this guy his money back. I don't care. Get him out.
yeah,
And you get these kind of people that don't understand and don't respect the game. You
yeah.
know, they just
Yeah,
think
and that's it.
I
And you learn as you go. You got to be willing to learn, because somebody told me, "Hey, you can't be getting in front." Like when I first started doing this, somebody said, somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was said, and he's like, "Hey, you can't be all up in everybody's shot." And you know what? I stepped back. I was mindful. I started ducking down underneath people's cameras, because he was right. Like we can't just be hoarding it, and if you want other people to respect you as a promoter, as a cameraman, as a content creator, you got to make sure that you're being mindful of everybody else's shot.
yeah, and that's where we get a lot too. Like when the video guys, even in I see a lot of you guys get down because people behind you. The right guys, they know. Hey, whoa, I'm gonna get this car, but let's get lower, or
Yeah,
can you guys back and see where the people are at?
yeah.
It's a respect thing.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
some of these people, the first timers, oh, I'm in the hot pick, you know.
Yeah, no, I know, and I was kind of laughing, because I'm like, I told Chinaman, I said at Frank's, I was like, dude, I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to edit, your video, um, with like, so you don't have to, if you can't zoom, or they don't have a camera that zooms or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna freaking charge these fools to learn how to fucking edit their video, because their ass don't know how to get back. Like,
Yeah,
but it's in the right now, it's the TikTok era. So everybody wants to do it right up close in front, with and they want to be able to immediately get those videos up, which is
oh,
great for content, but it's not great for everybody else that's there trying to do different things.
yeah. No, I get it. There's like they say, there's different guys that they'll make a video real fast within 2 minutes. They got it online.
Yeah.
You know.
But and for you, for a promoter, and I'll ask you this, like, having somebody, like, let's just say you're gonna have a camera, you're gonna have the photographers there, and you're gonna have like maybe a YouTube guy there, or someone doing video and stuff like that. In the long term, what benefit do you get from that?
Well, I right away content. It's different. You know, people, oh, this and that, it comes out right away, or people on their phones. But you guys that make reels and stuff, I admire those reels. That because I have a guy Moyo, and he does all with his. He has a camera, he has a phone, but it'll take a few days to do his. You know, but his shit's bad. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. You guys take time after when you get home, you get relaxed. You guys get on your shit and do it the right way. There's a
Yeah.
lot. I mean, and it's I like the like people that made. I sent you some videos earlier,
Yeah.
reels, and those guys made them like a week later, but they're badass,
Yeah.
and a little ones they just stay for a minute or two, but those stay forever.
Exactly.
And that's like a movie. These little clips are just like little commercials,
Yeah.
commercial, first commercial. But when
Especially when it comes down throughout the year to remind people that this
yeah,
event's going to come up again.
and like you, that's why I sent you some videos. Hey, this is
Yeah.
our last year's, and that's what we're trying to battle and compete for this year.
Exactly.
Those are real reels that guys take their time and do like yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I explain to a lot of people. This is what I explain at the end of the day. They're like, "What does it benefit you? Do you make money?" I make whatever I make off of YouTube and whatever, and it's not even a lot, but that's not really what it comes down to. I said, "Look, what benefits my relationship with the promoter and me is that if I go to the event the first year, the next year he's calling me up and go, "Hey, my event's in 2 months. Can we put up some content from last year? Can you get those reels? Can I get the pictures?
Yeah.
This and that." And don't get me wrong, I put up stuff and then there's like, well, do you want to promote? And obviously, I charge for the marketing part. But the thing is that's where it benefits me is because of the marketing that comes up the following
Oh,
year.
yeah, yeah,
Right. But this also is how you grow every year because in most events I've never been to, one of the first things I do is I look it up on YouTube.
yeah,
So in general, what I tell people, what benefits by me being there and doing all this video is the promoter knows that people are going to get more interested in going to their event.
yeah. Like I've always the last 2 years I had Diablo
Mhm,
over, and then I had the Freak Show.
mhm.
Yeah, those guys, Sanchez, 40 Sanchez, they came all. Every year they like put it on. They put it on. Hey, we'll be back. We'll be back because
Yep.
they good show. It's
Yeah.
different cars that they usually see in L.A. out
Mhm.
here, or you know what I mean. And I'm blessed, man, to have people like you. Like you, I always followed you when I
Yeah.
met you in Ventura, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
First, you know, and I've always looked at your shit. I've always looked at everybody's, and I'm like, oh shit, that's pinche lowrider. Like,
Yeah.
all right, and it's just being out there on the grind. You meet people like you know what I mean. But I've
Yeah.
always seen your shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I mean, I think in the last, well, even in Vegas, when I was in Vegas, I had people that I've dealt with online
uh-huh,
came up to me, "Hey, it's me from this show. It's me from this show." I haven't been to their events yet, but they're like from because everybody comes from out of state to Vegas, right?
yeah,
So there were people come to me, "Hey, it's so and so," and this person like paid me to promote their event in Texas that I didn't even go to, but they paid me to promote it.
yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, it's me, so and so." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Hey, make sure." Oh, matter of fact, it was at Frank's Hop, and the guy was like, and I just like told him, "Make sure you tell me your date. I want to know your date for next year." Because he had a crazy ass they did an event in Texas and it was nuts. The footage that I saw and the people, I was like, wow, because it was like a truck show, lowrider show, hop, everything.
Oh, it's like what's like Tavares's?
Something like that. But this was more, well, this was in Texas, so where trucks are
Oh yeah, the trucks
even
up
made.
there, all the trucks are like big rims. It's all different.
Yeah.
Lowrider Texas is different than California.
Yeah.
Different cars, different style.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
because I have family in Texas, and I go out there, and I've been to one. I'm like, God damn.
Well, you look at the lowrider of the year's Texas car.
Yeah, yeah.
A matter of fact, you know what? I now that I think about it, it's been a while since there's been a California car because Double Trouble was a Texas car.
Yeah, I don't know if you know. Back in the day, Robert Espinoza from Denver, he had that car La Palabra.
I'm not sure. I think I do.
Yeah, he had that car for so many years, and it would always get first place and all over. But he has right now. He's on his new podcast. I mean, his new show, reality show, something Viclias, and he's bought his 30th bike, and
Wow.
they're bringing out their bikes. They were at our show last year.
Nice.
He's bringing out some bikes. He has some badass bikes.
and I see that growing as well right now. The Vikla culture is just coming up, and people are starting to now. You're getting like high class. They have
Yeah,
their own chapter now. The
high class
Vikla
Hank
chapter.
in Arizona.
Yeah, but now the big clubs are now getting their own Vikla chapters, and I've always seen people do bikes with match their cars and stuff, but now the bikes are just coming out. They're just going full everything, engraving everything.
Yeah, my brother, he's in Arizona and he builds bikes and he's crazy. They're crazy. They got these stereo systems in these bikes that you can hear miles away. I'm like, what the hell? Where do you put the speakers at, dog?
Yeah, that's
You
and
know?
that's the key. But then yeah, you lose storage. I guess I don't know. I see people with the stuff and I'm like, well, I thought about getting myself a bike, but I'm like, it'd be easier for me to hit these shows, just throw
Yeah,
my camera gear in a bag and bounce. But I don't know. I like the safety of a car. It's one of
that's.
those.
I,
I'm like,
I used to have a bike and I'm like, I'm getting too old for this shit, man. Like something just tweaks one way and you're done.
yeah, no, I have family that
That,
rides and stuff, and I just like,
well, that's new bikes that you can put on cruise control at 90 or 100. I'm like, oh, you guys are fucking crazy.
yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's too much. But
But you're gonna have everything there at your show,
I'm
everything for everybody, huh?
a little bit for everybody, man. So come on down November 16th. Come say hi. I have a new team, so I'll have more time to talk to people this year. It's gonna be a blessed day, good day. Low riding, cruising at night, downtown Palm Springs. After party at El Patron, parking lot in the back. You know what I mean? It's gonna be good.
Definitely. And so you're gonna have vendors, you're gonna have food vendors, right?
Food vendors, one stop taco. We're gonna have other hamburger spots, and then the restaurant inside the surf park. They have chicken, whatever
Uh,
inside. The surf park will be open for people to go in if they bring their swimming trunks. They have water slides. They have bars. They have lazy rivers. They have a surf pool. Everything there. So if you kids get tired, go to the surf park, come back out and eat. Look at the cops.
yep.
It's all for entertainment for the people, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the best. I wish I could make it this year, but not. But we'll make plans for next year, okay?
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you.
I'll make it
Man.
one
It's
of.
a blessing.
Yeah.
I'll see you, Lobo.
All right. Thank you. And once again, appreciate your time to come in. And like I said, wish you best of luck. I hope you guys go support the show. You watch this. If you watch this, go check this event out.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peace out.
All right.
Pinches Lowriders.